Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Kriegers. I'm an employment lawyer at Chadwick Lawrence, and as part of this update we will be discussing all things COVID related once again, and in particular the recent government announcements and subsequent implications for employers. On Monday last week, the long-awaited announcement from the Prime Minister confirmed the foreseeable roadmap to see us out of lockdown as we progress into the summer. It has to be confirmed that was prospective and does depend on a number of factors that have been identified continuing to go in the right direction. So the first major change, as I'm sure many parents will be happy about, is for 8th of March, when all schools are due to reopen. Childcare responsibilities and homeschooling will come to an end during typical working hours for many employees. This may impact on employers bringing back a number of employees from furlough. The guidance specifically confirmed that employees could be furloughed if they had those childcare responsibilities, so that is something to think about. Further changes on the 29th of March will allow organised outdoor sports to commence, followed by the main impact on the UK workforce, scheduled for the 12th of April, when non-essential retail, indoor leisure and outdoor settings, including beer gardens, of course, and theme parks, can reopen. The next prospective step in the timeline will occur on the 17th of May, on which date we hope indoor hospitality such as cinemas, museums, pubs and hotels can reopen, and we should have a decision on international travel at that point. Now, at the moment, I do expect that many employees will be thinking about booking foreign holidays again. We've been asked questions as to whether or not we can restrict employees from doing so, and I think it's becoming increasingly difficult given the roadmap ahead and, fingers crossed, the likelihood of people actually being able to get away this summer. But we can answer those questions if there are any concerns from businesses. Now, the lifting of these restrictions is likely to involve a large return to work, an increase in footfall in the workplace, and we must consider that we still have the COVID-19 secure obligations which apply despite the easing of these rules. So risk assessments must be completed. I think if we are looking at increased numbers in workplaces, they have to be updated, redated and communicated to staff. Any additional safety measures as appropriate, such as social distancing, hand washing, PPE, needs to be continued if the risks are identified as still present in the workplace. The risk of not putting these measures in place, insisting that employees come back to work when they believe that the environment is simply not safe, is that they may raise protected disclosures. So they may become a whistleblower if they are raising allegations in good faith that there is a risk to their health and safety. That does remove the 2-year service requirement for unfair dismissal and just causes a whole load of hassle for the employer in circumstances where there is a lot of guidance out there and from us as well about making that workplace COVID secure. Now, the final step in easing the restrictions is anticipated on the 21st of June, at which time it is hoped all legal limits on social distancing will be removed and remaining sectors reopened, such as nightclubs and larger crowds back at stadiums. Now, assuming the progression towards that sense of normality continues within these timescales, the hope is that we will see a stabilising in unemployment or even an increase in employment rates for those most affected by the pandemic. Current unemployment rate is at 5%. New research conducted by CIPD has suggested that around 56% of 2,000 businesses surveyed were intending to hire within the first 3 months of 2021, which is very positive news given the concern over rising unemployment. These vacancies are largely arising in healthcare, finance and insurance, education and information and communication technology. So is the unemployment rate close to its peak? Possibly. There is concern about shortage of overseas workers available as a result of Brexit, and the unemployment forecasts may reduce as a result. Now, the very same research also found that redundancies in the first quarter of 2021 had dropped to 20% compared to the previous quarter at 30%. Obviously, what we don't know is the impact of the end of the furlough scheme, which we hope to have an announcement on imminently in the next budget. The suggestion is that that will be extended to the end of June to coincide with the hopeful final lifting of all lockdown measures. The government's further efforts to get people back into work include the Kickstart scheme, so we thought we'd just comment on that as well. The rules were amended on the 3rd of February to allow employers of all sizes to benefit from joining the scheme by removing the threshold of 30 vacancies. I think that just put many people off, the concept of having to club together or look for an associated organisation. It just became too much of a burden for many, but there's a lot more flexibility in operation of the scheme now. And just by way of reminder, this scheme creates new job placements for young people between 16 and 24 who are at long-term risk of unemployment and on universal credit. Applications to the scheme are obviously open. Some of our clients are taking advantage of this at the moment. Funding is in place up to the end of December 2021, and it is hoped now that there will be an acceleration in the number of posts which are created. So the position is ever changing on the roadmap out of lockdown. If you have questions around new starters, bringing people back to the workplace, updating your COVID-19 secure risk assessments, please do get in touch. Please visit the website www.chadwicklawrence.co.uk for more updates, or email employmenthub@chadlaw.co.uk. Thank you.